Hi guys, my name's Sarah, and I do not like being on video cameras. So this is going to be a challenge to do, but I decided that I know that I need to start making videos and sharing the information that I've learned and acquired over the last couple of months of being a hermit, reading a lot of books. So my one aim for all of these videos is to do it and be completely authentic in how I am, how I'm feeling, to be real, to show the vulnerability that is there when you go out to do something like this, and to just be there for other people, to show them that they're not alone and that there are people out there and that you can connect with them. And I'm here to talk to anybody if anybody needs anything. Anyway, so little brief story on my path. In 2015, I had an experience with some plant medicine that opened my mind to something that I had never really realized before, that I had basically been creating all of the roadblocks and all of the depression and anxiety, and all of that was me manifesting it through my thoughts and my patterns of thinking and how I was choosing to live each day. I was on multiple medications, Adderall, xanex, Wellbutrin, and just from that one experience of my mind realizing that there was more going on than what I thought, I was actually able to quit all of the medication, and I've still been off of it for now 3 years. Through that journey, though, it wasn't necessarily easy. There were a lot of hard times and a lot of moments where I wanted to give up and really just start taking the medication again. But I stuck through, and I worked through it and did the things that I was learning about. So there's a lot that goes on with your mental processes that aren't necessarily just ADHD or manic depressive or whatever the doctors kind of throw out there and say that is wrong with people. There's a lot of things that can help with that, and meditation is definitely one of them. So that was something that I started doing back then, little by little, even if it was just like 3 minutes a day, just to do something. To pause, to take that breath, to notice that breath. Because when you're paying attention to that breath, you're not paying attention to your mind. When you can breathe, you can do anything because you're alive. Shift your focus and it'll shift your reality. So anyway, back from that, the last, I'd say 6 months of my life have been very intense as far as going through a lot of emotional healing, and it's called shadow work, in a sense of where you're pulling back all of the things from your past or emotional traumas that you've pushed aside that you haven't really worked through or thought about in years. So over the last couple of months, I've been doing a lot of working through those emotions and seeing that a lot of my habits and behaviors have been because of things that have happened in the past that you kind of just get into a pattern of doing, like pattern of thinking that you need somebody else in your life to complete you, or a pattern of impatience, which is me to a T. And learning how to be patient is breathing. If you can breathe, you can do anything. And as long as I can breathe, I know that I can be patient, and I know that I can be confident, and I know that I can sit in this chair and stare at something that terrifies the living shit out of me and do it anyway, because I choose to make that progress in my life, and I choose to grow and learn from whatever it is that's in front of me, however I can learn and put my knowledge, the things that I've learned, out there to help others. And I have no anxiety anymore. I sometimes get nervous, like through doing things like this, but as far as panic attacks or any type of like paralyzing depression, that's all gone away. And I was to a point where I was almost admitted into a psych ward before, just from all the medication that doctors had me on. I felt completely hopeless and lost, and I didn't want to go outside of my house because I thought that I was going to fall into a sinkhole. So I definitely was close to losing my marbles, and if it weren't for me discovering this path and me choosing to stay on the path and actually put in the work and learn ways to process, to work through these thoughts, to know that when I feel those feelings and have something come up in my head, like if it's a negative thought, or I mean, my thing that I've struggled with the most is judgment and judging myself. And when you're judging yourself, everybody around you is just a reflection of you. Basically, you're drawing into your life basically the way that you feel about yourself. I know that something that I compared even relationships to is you're dating somebody based on your level of self-love for yourself. You're allowing yourself to be treated in the way that you feel like you deserve based on who you're around. And yes, there are situations where there are abusive relationships that people are trapped in due to emotional bondages or any type of fear in leaving those situations, and that's nothing that I'm talking about. I'm talking about once you reach a level of awareness where you're able to recognize your level of self-love and where you're able to start progressing in ways that you can learn to love yourself more. That's when it's important to realize and see the people that are around you and the relationships that you're establishing and keeping going. I kind of got off track with that. I, over the last couple of years, would definitely say that meditation is the number one. It's the reason why I'm here able to do this right now. It's the reason why I'm no longer on Wellbutrin, xanex, and Adderall. It's the reason why I can go out into a social situation and not have to drink and not have to smoke or do anything, because I can fully be in a place, a state of peace within myself that I know I'm generating inside, not creating from any type of outside stimulus or medication or numbing agent to forget what I'm doing. And affirmations, that's basically, so I'm going to be making videos on little like tips and tidbits of things that I've learned that can help with coming back to your breath. The more you can notice that, the more that you can stop and take a deep breath and get back into the present moment, the more that you can accomplish. I mean, you can do anything, and the more that you can begin to reprogram your mind, because all this is about is your brain is basically just like a computer, and the more that you put in different information into your brain, the more that you're going to see different results on the outside of your life. But you have to be able to put that information in and not just think the words, but you have to actually create like a sense of a feeling of the words. So like if you're using affirmations like I am happy, I am healthy is one that I would use. There's also a lot of books that you can get that have a whole bunch of little affirmations in it. So this is one. I surround myself with people who bring out the best in me. So if you continue to tell yourself these things, I am feeling happier with myself more and more each day. So every day when you get up, I am feeling happier and happier with myself each day. I have a bunch of little sticky notes on my wall throughout the house. Like the one in my bedroom is, I wake up today with strength in my heart and clarity in my mind. So you could put sticky notes all over. When you go to the bathroom, tell yourself you love you. Look into the mirror and say, I love you. Mean it. That's the difference. You have to actually mean it. like create that sense of what it feels like to love. And if you don't know what it feels like to love or to receive love, which a lot of people don't, that's what I want to help with too, is creating those emotions, learning ways to create those emotions. But just learn about it. Google the definition, read a couple definitions of what it means to actually love. And then when you go into the mirror and then you look into your eyes and then you say, I love you. And then you can have that sense of meaning. And the more that you do that and the more that you connect on that level with yourself, the more that you're going to begin to actually feel like you actually love yourself. And then when you feel like you actually love yourself, you're going to start doing better things for yourself. You're not going to want to keep getting drunk every single night or being treated bad in relationships or talking bad about yourself throughout your own mind. Because a lot of times we think that other people are the ones that are criticizing us and judging us, but it's not. 99% of the time it's stemming from you inside and your sense of judgment of yourself and everybody else. One of my affirmations that I use is, I release all judgment of self and others. I love, honor, and respect myself. I release all judgment of self and others. I love, honor, and respect myself. There's nothing to judge. We're all here on this same ball, floating ball in space that miraculously has all the resources and everything to sustain life. And here we are, worried about our Facebook and worried about silly things. And in this time that we're worried about all these things, we're afraid of being ourselves. And using this time, the short time that we have, to really experience life the way that it's supposed to be experienced, and to see and learn and play and love. So I challenge you, now that you know a little bit of my backstory, and throughout these videos you will see a progression in my growth as well, because you could have never told me that I would be making any type of videos. I hate words. I have disliked in the past any type of recording device, and now it's in front of my face. And I could be okay with that, because this is all a part of the growth and the healing process of myself. And through me healing and being able to do this, I hope to assist others in them being able to start to see that speck of light in their heart, and to start listening to your intuition, listening to your heart, finding who you are, how powerful you are, and that you can do anything that you want to do. If you can breathe, you can do anything. But you gotta figure that out and know what you want before you can get it. That's number one rule. And we'll go over those. I have some videos planned out for creative visualization techniques to be able to help you start to see, to envision, to picture the life that you want to have one day. I'm living proof that it works. Living proof that this works. And I challenge you to just try and give it a shot. 3 minutes every day. Wake up. Set a timer on your phone, or download Insight Timer as an app that's free. And they have thousands of meditations that you could do. Some as short as a minute long. I'm sure you could find a minute in your day to better your life and to start creating the life that you really want to have. Until next time, I love you guys. Be true. Be you. Breathe.